Dundee United have not won a game since the 27th of April this year, and many of their players were recovering from a viral infection. Not the ideal preparation from a visit from Hearts. John Barnes was there.
Good control by Kirk. Support arrives from Stevie Fulton. Good cross in, there's a header, and the goal for Tomacek. Coming from midfield, the ball played in by Stevie Fulton. Tomacek was unmarked, and the glancing header beat Alan Combe. 8 minutes gone, Hearts are 1 up. Wanjo with a corner. At the near post is Kevin James. It breaks down, the shot goes in from Andy Kirk, and Hearts are 2-0 up after 24 minutes. The simplest of set pieces. Kevin James causing the problems at the near post. He got the flick on, and there was Andy Kirk with a low left foot strike. Wanjo testing the pace and doing well. There's Kirk, and it's Andy Kirk's second of the afternoon. It's Hearts' third. A fine volley by the striker, well set up by Wanjo. He tested the United pace on the flanks. He beat it, and the cross found Andy Kirk. Hearts 3-0 up. Fulton flights it in. There's a header from Petric. Great save from Alan Combe. It looked a scorer all the way from the head of Gordon Petric, with a fine stop from the United goalkeeper. Gordon Jury thinks about delivering the long throw as Kevin James makes his way into the United penalty area. Jury's throw, James is there, it's won by DeVos though. Jury fires it in, then it's slotted in by Kevin James. A fine strike by the tall central defender. The driven cross from Gordon Jury, and the perfect finish from Kevin James. Hearts 4-0 in front.
Murdo, things just go from bad to worse for Dundee United, but a good performance from Hearts there today.
Yeah, it's very important for Hearts. Naismith going away was a massive blow to them, but to go up to Tannadice, no matter how poorly United are playing just now, but to score 4 goals up there is a good performance. How
much do you think they'll miss a player like Gary Naismith, who was so influential in the Scotland matches midweekend last weekend?
Well, you like to say not a lot, because you look at Hearts over the last 3 or 4 years, they've lost so many influential players at the club, but they always seem to replace them, and again, down to Jim Jeffries managing to do that. But Naismith, I'm very surprised he wasn't kept in Scotland. One of the old firm could have went for him, because I'm a wee bit disappointed. Good talent in Scotland, being allowed to go to England.
And Jim Jeffries, it appears, is not going to get any of the money to spend on players, so where are they going to find someone to replace him? He seems to do it, but where did they come from?
Well, it just comes through the ranks, come through the youth development at Tynecastle. So many good coaches there, bringing all the young kids through. Jim Jeffries developing 18, 19 years old kids and putting them in the first team, giving them the chance.
And there's news also that perhaps Colin Cameron will be going. We're not sure of that, but it's been mooted that he might be the next one to go. That would be a huge blow.
A huge blow, not only for the side but for the fans. The fans must be fed up just now, the way things are going at Tynecastle, seeing so many of their star players going, and I just wonder over the next few months if that happens, maybe the manager will end up, because he must get to the stage, when's he going to get some money back? He's making making players into better players, getting good money for the club and not getting any money to spend.
Now, one player that has come into the club that hasn't cost the club any money is Gordon Jury, and he got a couple of goals last week, 2 weekends ago, I beg your pardon, but not on the score sheet today. He's going to be an influential player up front for them, don't you think?
Well, he's good at experience, he's good in the dressing room, plus the fact 3 agents are playing his wages, so I'm sure the board at Tynecastle don't mind him being there, but he will score goals, and obviously going to a new club, he's desperate to go in and to prove everyone he can still play football and score goals.
And Andy Kirk said it's great that he's there, because now he's broken his duck and now he's got 3 goals in just the time that Gordon Jury's been at the club.
Well, it just shows you, that even in training he'll help the young kids, and I think that's really important.
OK, Murdo, thanks very much indeed. Now, Bobby Williams, we saw earlier on, that 1-0 win over Rangers means Hibernian moves 4 points clear of the champions. 1 each from Chris Sutton and Henrik Larsson against St Mirren at Parkhead keeps Celtic firmly on top. Dundee fans were eagerly awaiting the arrival of Claudio Canaggia on the pitch at Pittodrie today, and when he finally arrived, he added to Ivano Bonetti's goal to give the Dark Blues a 2-0 win over Aberdeen. Motherwell earned their first home win of the season with 4 goals against St Johnstone, and Dundee United remained firmly at the bottom of the table after going down 4-0 to Hearts at Tannadice.